Alright, welcome to the most depressing game many of you will ever play, or never play, this war of mine, based heavily on both the Siege of Sarajevo, which is the obvious association, and also, I believe, kind of a Battle of Fallujah vibe. I have never beaten this godforsaken game, this Yugoslav war with the Sims. I just can never do it. And it's not just because I get tired of sort of the tedious aspects of surviving. My people always die. Actually, one of the worst things, one of the easiest ways to go in this game is via depression. Eventually, you can be broken and your character stops moving. And it sure seems like most of them, once one gets broken, the rest do. If I've tried only occasionally to be bad, to steal, which you can do. You can even kill people. But the one time I stole, my character immediately became broken and depressed. It's a very strange game. You're getting a sense I've got resources, I've got vegetables, herbs, various things I can build. All a good thing. I think, in general, I usually concentrate too heavily on food. And I should get components so I can build gardens and metal shops. And, I didn't realize that was a bet. Things like that, but what I suspect is realistic. It's really easy to just barely scrape by, get just enough food to eat, and nothing else. And then eventually just that's it. I have the DLC, which is basically just being able to have kids in your house. I randomized my setting, as you saw. And the thing about kids is they can't die, like so many other games. And so the only way for you to lose is it'll say that so-and-so, like Sveta, say, left in the middle of the night and took the little kid with her. Because they won't kill off the kids, even if this game has this brutal reputation that's mostly earned. But it's already been brutal, and just, I don't know, I guess nobody wants to kill a kid. Except that my boyfriend tells me one of the most popular mods in Fallout games are ones that let you kill kids, which you can't do in 3 New Vegas or 4, but I think maybe you can do in 1 and 2. There's just a lot of this. There's a lot of digging through rubble. And that's how you know this is quite a game. I played for the game equivalent of about 3 weeks, and I kind of get tired of living as well. And I think one time I might have made it, but I got kind of exhausted with it, and my character took a risk and got shot. So I know it's a sketchy, arty game, but they're trying to make you think about it, you know? Another game that I have played a little bit that's supposed to be kind of the opposite of Call of Duty is Papers, Please, which is less artistic looking, but you're a border guard trying to do your job correctly as people request access to your fictional, obvious Eastern European, Soviet bloc type country. And you can't just do the job or not, because you get in trouble if you let too many people in. You get in trouble if you deny people with the proper papers. Eventually your family gets punished for that. So they're giving you the best USSR treatment in that game, and I haven't been able to play it as long as this War of Mine, both because it's too bureaucratic, and there's enough of that in real life, even in American life, but also because I believe I died quicker. My family got killed quicker, so. Alright. Both of them don't have very good carrying capacity, even though he says he's a scavenger. There's one guy who's good. He has like a 15 he can carry. The infuriating thing is that you will get robbed almost every single night in this game. I have finally managed to use wood and fill in some of the holes in the houses. I have been robbed almost every single night, and that is one reason it gets exhausting to play this game. Another problem is the odds are if I leave shit home, people are going to take it. Take stuff with me, maybe someone will be there to trade with me, maybe not. And I have so little space. I mean, I guess I'm an old guy, so it makes sense, but I tend to take food with me because that is a precious commodity, and that gets stolen without fail. The odds are, when I come back, the Sveta, I guess is her name, will be slightly injured because someone robbed the house. And that's the best option. So, it has these sketchy little locales. I'm trying to remember what time. If it turns to 4 a.m., I think, before you leave, so you run to exit, your character is delayed in getting back. Which kind of works, you know, you're sneaking back in through the dawn. See, I'm already running out of space. This is such a pain. There's some dangerous spots. There's what is basically Sniper's Alley. Sniper Junction, they call it in the game, but that was a famous street in Sarajevo that was incredibly dangerous. So I know snipers aren't just Sarajevo, but I have that association, and I think a lot of other people do as well. There's a couple of... I haven't done a lot of interactions with other humans in this game, because sometimes you can trade, and that's good, but there's a supermarket where you overhear soldiers harassing a woman, and possibly worse, and you can intervene, and you might get shot. There's a couple of other grim situations. There are little notes around a la Fallout, but much less creative writing and more probably realistic. You can build weapons. I've never done that. If you raise your fists, people are likely to shoot you. It's really miserable. I mean, I've played an astounding amount of hours according to my Steam, and I've never survived. And, as I said, a surprising amount of it involves digging through rubble. Alright, I've done it. We'll see if there's anything worth switching out some of my supplies for. I have a lot of components, but if there's canned food or anything good... I don't know here. Components are probably worth more than wood, I think. Sugar is, I don't usually make moonshine, but sugar is pretty good. It feels like it's a decent trade item. Herbs or tobacco? I will take herbs. Characters come with different preferences. Some of them, you know, say smokes, and I think if you give them tobacco, say, that'll improve their mental health, but it's not enough. Again, it's so hard that I tend to just worry about survival. Canned food, bandages, and medicine are two of the most valuable things that you can have in this game for trade and for your usage. I mean, I think there's more strategy involved in this than I tend to expend, but, well, again, gotta make sure you eat. Alright, so I'm coming back now. That was just one day and night, and we'll see if I was robbed. Also, it gets... winter always comes, and winter can be really brutal. You can build a fireplace, things like that. Whoa! See, I say all that, and we didn't get robbed. That's a new record. Alright, so she was up guarding all night. She's going to sleep. He needs to sleep too. I know they're both hungry, but tend to prioritize sleep. The odds are that someone will come to the door today and ask to trade. We don't have a lot to trade with them. Sometimes they'll actually offer stuff like, we got an aid package, here's some free stuff, which is nice. Or they'll say, oh god, come help your neighbor, and then that character, say that guy, Anton, is gone for like a day. I don't know if they can get killed along the way. They always come back so far. I can, you know, it's only 7:40 a.m. I can kill time all day until someone arrives. The end day button is there if you want to speed things up. But people are hungry, so I should feed them, but I'm going to let them sleep first. And that, in spite of the surprising lack of robbery, is pretty much this war of mine in essence. There's a little more confrontations with more people. Traders come to the door. There are traders out when you go scavenging, or there are more aggressive people, including soldiers. Oh! Ha! See? It is predictable. Yeah, he probably wants to trade. I feel bad because they always come early when my people either just got back from guarding, or they just got back from scavenging, and they've tucked themselves in bed finally, and there's some trader. I wish they would come at 2 p.m. or something. I'd gladly eat something. Yeah, I know you're hungry, dude. I know, I'm sorry. I have one thing. Maybe he has food. But what do we trade? There's not much. Oh good, maybe he's not a trader. Maybe he's just gonna give me some free stuff. Yeah! What would happen if you refused the food? Oh, thanks, buddy. Nothing I love more than free food. Alright, you go eat. And where did... what's her name go? I have too many beds. Sveta. Sveta also needs a snack, I think, and then they should go back to bed. I haven't played The Sims in years and years, but again, I just picture this as like the Siege of Sarajevo Sims. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Obviously, the style is a little different. Back to bed, Anton. You were out scavenging. Appreciate that. Alright. So that maybe a child will show up later. That happens sometimes. More characters will come and ask to stay. I think children can come on their own volition. I'm not sure. And the child characters can be really annoying. But you can give them like toys and stuff and a swing. And even though they can be annoying, when they get broken and they just sit on the floor and cry, it's not great. It's pretty upsetting. It's not Fallout at its best upsetting, but again, that has not the actual nuclear war is glamorous, but it has that fictional Cold War component like a good novel, whereas this is just like, it's kind of happened to people. And that would be the Swerve Mine in short. This kind of happened to people. Alright, that's all for right now. Maybe I'll check back in on these poor kids later and see if they want to go scavenging endlessly each day and night while getting robbed. Because that's the world they live in.